Okay, good. It can go up to 100. Push her about meeting her father. Try to convince her that her father is not Mr. Iron. She is clinging to this idea. Hard to let go. Her mother was not the concubine of a master. Her father will never bring her knife steel tempered in a baby star. Her lineage is merely human. Her city is the only mortal city that first fell into the bazaar. She must give up waiting for an unimaginable future to blossom of its own accord. The two of you speak about it late into the night, and then she goes into her operating room with a scalpel and a mirror. When she comes out, she has her small toe preserved in a whiskey jar, and a happy indifference to the question of her parentage. Alright, we should be able to go down and get the ship, the Clottery Heart, basically whenever we want. That being said, we are quite low on fuel, so I think we're gonna stop by the Shepherd Isles and Abbey Rock and then back to London. And at some point, we will talk to the modiste. It'll happen when we're back in London. Because at this point, I don't know, I think the quest might just be failed. 30 echoes, I guess. More importantly, it'll make the Rose Market generate a new set of trades next time we're here. We could give you the lamentable relics, but we're not gonna. We're gonna bring you back coffee because I like having lamentable relics. They come up with a lot more things, and coffee's much easier to get. Because, yeah, the lamentable relics, the only reliable way I've found to get them that isn't quite costly is to go to Adam's Way and just keep trying to catch nuts from the tree and ideally fail. Nope. Okay, no special interactions. It seems like the quest is just over in a very abrupt way. Like, no more pirate poet. The modiste has nothing to say about it. And so far, we haven't run into the irrepressible again. It's like we've just entered the world's most anticlimactic fail state, when theoretically there should be... ideally, the pirate poet should still be around somewhere, and the modiste should be pissed at us, and the irrepressible should be trying to kill us. Maybe stuff will come up. Sometimes we found the pirate poet on Gator's Mourn before, so maybe we'll find her here again. Okay, first let's pick this up. A shivering corsair with a package. Oh god, they're cold. Take them from me, take them. Where's my money? Don't you cheat me. Take them, but I want my money. Feel it lifting. It's gone from me. You never saw me. Retrieve the Clottery Heart. So, keeping it is just a 100% chance of success. And also just keeping it and sailing together, like both are options. I don't think they're functionally going to be any different. The loss of the legend of Mr. Iron. You suggest this neat solution to her. She doesn't need to renounce anything else. She has given up believing in her father, and that's enough. Perhaps, she says, I could regard him more as an honorary family member. Do you think I could call him Uncle Iron? She agrees to let you keep the Clottery Heart and to stay with your crew. And I guess our old ship just got absorbed by the heart or something. It's gone. And it also gave us 35 crew. I guess they went, oh crap, you can't hire crew in Port Carnelian. So if you come here with a small crew of, say, 6, you might be screwed. So it gave us 35 crew, which then got reduced to 32 because of the We Are Clay. So to run this ship at full speed, we need at least 16 crew. So at, like, best case scenario, our crew needs to be, like, double its old maximum. So we're going to be going through supplies a lot faster now. We'll figure out the rest of it in a moment. Because I need to see what this ship's stats are and all of that. Okay, apparently this was originally a backer ship and became DLC with a quest later. I assume that you had to do the quest anyway, but I was not a backer to this game, so I don't know. I found it later. It thrums. It wanders. It has a delightful stink. Hull 450. hold capacity 80, weight 4,000, quarters 35, iron bonus 5, mirror bonus 10, veils bonus 10, pages bonus 10, hearts bonus 15. Definitely the best from a stats perspective. Really good haul, decent hold. The weight, it's heavy, but honestly, for any ships with comparable stats in these other areas, that's kind of what you're looking at. Really, my problem with it is it doesn't have a forward slot. So we still can't use our gun. I wanted to use that gun. I'll go compare it against the ship we were considering buying, but I get the feeling that this ship's bonuses and stuff are just going to be better than one gun, even that gun would be. So we might be trying to figure out who we're selling the gun to. And like I said, my main interests are either the Dawn, Geode, or London. It does have an aft slot, though, so that does still open up the possibility of a second weapon. Just look at it. This looks like it should be a gun. Look at the front of it. I am so mad. Like, I would happily give up the aft slot. Like, honestly, if I were going to mod this, I would probably either just give it all slots or ditch the aft slot and give it a forward slot because I want to use this damn gun. I also want to use this ship, and apparently those desires are incompatible. I'm going to take this back to London so I can compare it against the other ships and make a decision. And also just kind of get used to what's our new movement speed, how much are we eating, because those are also things I need to consider. Don't need a new recruit. If anything, I would like to see this crew cut down to about 24 or so, which I'm sure will happen naturally given enough time. So, good news, our hold is literally double the size, which is great. Can't use our guns, so we're looking at either selling it or switching to a different ship. Now, as far as different ships go that we could realistically get, because I have no idea how to get that Diplomat's yacht. For all I know, it might be another Kickstarter starter ship that I can't get. I don't know. I've never gotten it. So let's compare to the Maenad. Their hull is the same. The Maenad has a slightly smaller hold, but it's also lighter, and it has the forward slot without giving up any other slots. It also needs a smaller crew. Like, significantly smaller, like 10 smaller, like about 2/3 the crew, roughly. However, the downside. It has, the iron bonus is the same, the mirrors bonus is lower, the veils becomes a penalty, a 15-point difference, and it has no pages or hearts bonus. So, smaller crew, lighter weight, which is going to mean we move a bit quicker, and having the forward slot is being balanced against a slightly smaller hold, still bigger than what we're used to, mind you, but it is smaller, and the stats. I'd say that the biggest thing here, like, I don't really care that much about the mirrors, and the iron is the same. The veils does kind of hurt. The pages hurts a little, and the hearts hurts a bit, simply because it's such a big difference. It's a 15-point difference for veils and hearts. So, I think this might be, like, a good place to just sort of, like, end this chapter, because as far as things for this captain to do, I also would like to hear your guys' opinion on which ship we should use. Should we stick with the Clottery Heart and sell the Memento Mori, or should we switch to the Maenad so we can use the Memento Mori and also have, again, the smaller crew? Because I will say, just the short trip here, even though we took out a couple pirates and gained some supplies that way, like, they were eating through supplies like you wouldn't believe. Like, that's honestly a little bit worrying, especially considering how much slower we're now moving. So, you know, we might... I'm slightly worried that if we stick with the heart, we're going to have to shift to, like, really hunting Z-beasts and optimizing for long trips and all that, because any trip that isn't efficient, any of these smaller trips, we're just going to end up having to buy so many supplies and so much fuel that we're just going to slowly lose money. And of course, if we do that for too long, it'll eventually catch up to us. And the option of getting the Maenad might just go away. Because it does cost 15,000 echoes. Like, we have enough. We have more than enough right now, but that's something to consider. So I'm slightly worried about it. But that stat difference is pretty big. So I would like you to weigh in on that. Like, which ship do we go with? And if we go with the Clottery Heart, what do we do with the Memento Mori gun? I'm leaning towards taking it to the Geode myself, but I'm open to suggestions. However, in order to be able to hear your guys' opinions on that, I need to wait until after this video's gone up, which means that's going to be a chapter end. Like, this Let's Play will go on break, I'll start another one, and then when I'm done with that, we might come back to this and do a chapter 2. As for what this captain can even do at this point, the Merciless Modiste is not giving us anything. Like, I think that story it's either just done, or I don't know how to trigger it further. His story, the Bandaged Chef Paramount, his story's done. The Irrepressible Cannoneer, his story's done. The Indomitable Campaigner, her story is done. Maybe's daughter needs to go to the surface, which this ship certainly has a large enough hold to do, but I guarantee we need more than 2 crates of supplies to do it now. So we'll have to carry a bunch of fuel and supplies, but we could do it. That's definitely something we could sort out. I assume the Clottery story is done at this stage. We can still give her experiments if we wish to, I guess, but that's it. And then his story's done. We could work on the Tireless Mechanics story. I honestly need to look at it again. I know we need to get a prisoner, which is going to be a very hard Veils check. So honestly, you could argue like the Clottery Heart would definitely be better for that, like much better. And we need to take a bunch of stuff to, I believe, King Eater's Castle. I'm going to have to look into what all we have to do for him. It's been a very long time. Still haven't figured out what to do in Port Cecil, and we need to go off all the edges of the map. Like, a lot of the goals that are left are things that I have not done ever. And, like, the few that I have, like, the few times I have gone off the edge of the map, like, that can be a very dangerous situation because it just spikes your terror into the stratosphere. So there's still things left to do. If we go to our study, let's take a look at where we are with our, like, overarching goal of being a poet and writing the Song of the Sea. We still need to create a Whispering Trophy case. That's just a matter of getting the 7 strange catches. We have the secrets to do it right now. We have 10 secrets at the moment. As far as actually writing the Song of the Sea, we need a Dread Surmise, which I know I calculated it out the last time we were in Irem. We do have enough echoes to buy it, but it would be a very significant investment to get enough extraordinary implications to make Searing Enigmas to then bring back here, and hopefully the Alarming Scholar can help us with it because the game claims that it can. The port reports don't really matter. We can get those easily. We know where all those places are. Now the 40 secrets, we have 10 right now. Remember, that goes down to 3 after we've built the Whispering Trophy case, so we effectively need 37 more secrets. 77 Tales of Terror, we have 73, we're very close. 77 Z stories, which we only have 54, but we do kind of slowly just accumulate them, so it'll happen eventually. 77 Memories of Distant Shores, we have 74, so we actually do still need a few more of those. I'm glad I didn't get rid of any. And then the items, most of which we already built, and there's why we need the Whispering Trophy case. So as far as our overarching goal goes, the biggest part of it's the Dread Surmise and the 37 additional secrets. Getting the port reports, and I think even getting the stories. Like, by the time we've gotten that many secrets, I can pretty much guarantee you we'll have the stories. So that's just going to come down to fragment grinding, which is going to, I think probably the best way to do that's going to be monster hunting at this point. Which either ship can do. I do believe either ship could do it. I do think the Maenad could do it a little better because we would have the Memento Mori. But I do think either ship could do it. And of course also, like, for either ship, we could look into getting an aft gun, which would help. So I'm not going to really look into those too much. I'll show you what's here at least. Let's see. Let's go to the Caminus Yards. What do you have for aft guns? Yeah, this thing does stagger really well, so you can kind of just lure a Z beast into chasing you and then shoot it a lot. So this one could be used by either ship, and it is quite good. So I can pretty much guarantee that we're going to get that at the very least. In fact, well, it doesn't save when I just buy things, so yeah, I think I'm gonna have a short chapter break here. We're gonna do something else because this Let's Play has been going for quite a while. And just gonna wrap it, just gonna have a chapter break, let you guys have some discussion on which ship we should go with. If you have any thoughts on other things we could do that I have just plain forgotten about at this point, anything like that, do let me know in the comments. And this captain will return. And I will see you then.